Hi, it's Keith Innovates here in the middle of our crowded town centre. Today I thought I'd talk a bit about permissioned blockchains a bit more, and namely that you don't have to have a blockchain that is either open or permissioned. Remember, an open blockchain is where anybody can get hold of the source code, run a node, and join and do whatever they like on the blockchain as long as it complies with the consensus rules. Whereas a permissioned blockchain is more like a traditional database in that you have effectively an account on the blockchain, and your access is by permission from the entity who runs the blockchain. Anyway, the point I'm trying to make here today is that it's actually a spectrum, that you can have blockchains that are both open and permissioned, in that some of the permissions may be granted to anybody who comes along, and other permissions may be limited to those granted to entities by the original blockchain founder. So I've actually coded up an example, because if you look at multi-chain, which is one of my favorite blockchain engines based on the Bitcoin source code, but fundamentally a permissioned blockchain, you'll see that there are a whole bunch of permissions that can be granted. The basic one is connect, allowing you to access the blockchain. The next set, sort of level of permissions up, are the right to send and receive assets. Then there's the right to create new assets and issue more of an asset that's created. Then there's the allowing other people to connect permission. And then at the very top, the sort of highest level of permissions are the right to mine, that is, add new blocks to the blockchain, and administer, which is the right to grant other permissions to other people. So what I've done is I've actually created a multi-chain blockchain which is sort of semi-permissioned or semi-open, in that the sign-up process has been automated. I'll put a link to it in this post, and it also has a link to the GitHub which explains the concept a bit further. But the analogy I like to draw for this particular blockchain instance that I created, which has no purpose other than to illustrate this point, is an analogy with vampires, namely that the administrators like the sort of the first vampire who has all the powers and rights, and grants on to clients who sign up, and it grants them automatically the power to send and receive and sign up further people. But those third vampires are the weakest ones, in that all they can do is send and receive assets. They're not allowed to continue to recruit more blood-sucking fiends to the clan. So you can basically structure a blockchain in this sort of multi-leveled way. Anyway, if you're into code, have a Linux operating system, and know how to work your way around GitHub, do go and have a look at the link, and feel free to sign up for 1,000 free sample coins which have no discernible purpose. That's today's post. Hope you found it interesting, and that the building noise around me here in the centre of Kangasala wasn't too bad. And see you in the next post. Bye for now.